guys, you're listening to The Horror Show with Sean and Joe. This is Felissa Rose. Be afraid, very afraid.
Awesome.
Hello everybody and welcome to The Horror Show, a show that dissects, mutilates, dismembers, and butchers all of your favorite and not so favorite horror movies and other horror related events. I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
Love is in the air. Is that even a song?
No.
Okay. Man, last year was pretty embarrassing. We both invited the same gal on a Valentine's Day date.
Should have just been a year. God damn.
She stood us up. I know. She totally stood us up. Jamie, I'll never forgive you for that, Jamie. I really won't. That's why I didn't watch Scream Queens. Not because it looked terrible.
I'll never forgive her for making me watch that Stacy Keach movie.
Stacy Keach. Oh, man. But this year, things are going to go a little different. My date.
Total smoke show.
She looks great. I'm so excited to see her. Barbara Crampton.
Yes. I love Barbara Crampton.
She is beautiful.
She is?
She is beautiful. And we are honoring her as part of Women in Horror. Probably shouldn't have started out with like a weird misogynistic Valentine's Day proposal to a woman who doesn't know we exist. But she's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I love her in all of her movies.
Not afraid to show the goods.
And she is, which is crazy because she is so like down home type of good looking.
Yeah.
But she's also like stunning.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's this weird combo that she has of like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like Rebecca from Full House.
That's the analogy.
She's like really good looking, like super good looking, but she's also very like, just like at home good looking. I don't know how to explain this. What's the words for it? I don't have words for it. It's like they probably wake up just
good looking.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to put on the makeup.
No, they don't have to do anything probably.
Yeah, she's very good looking.
And has aged marvelously.
I got to meet her this past year. One of the nicest women. Talk to you about everything. Genuinely interested in what you have to say, and still looks good.
Yeah, you told me something about how guys were having her sign pictures of her topless.
I mean, they sell photo stills, and it's like her from Reanimator or other movies where she's not wearing any clothes, and I don't know how. First of all, I don't know how anyone could go up to someone and be like, "Hey, can you sign this for me?" It's just like, imagine someone came up to you and was just like, "Hey, will you sign this for me?" It's just a picture of your dick.
It's terrible. It is like, what? Yeah. It's a picture of your dick.
Like someone handed me a picture of my dick. I'm like, get the fuck
like
away.
Bringing Brett Favre's dick pic to him at an autograph show. Like, can you just
I kind of want to do that now.
I know. That would be awesome. But like, here's the crazy thing. He'd have you escorted out.
Right.
But Barbara has to deal with it.
Yeah, she goes to cons, like, humors it. Like, that's so weird.
It's very weird. It's beyond weird. Man, what the hell was I doing? Oh, okay. So, I was trying to pull up this interview because we were on the topic of her, like, and the nudity and stuff. and just how creepy guys can be with these people. So I was reading this interview with her because I wanted to just get some stuff, just some info. And JoBlo.com had an interview with her. And it was so whatever. It was not a great interview. And that's where she said Texas Chainsaw Massacre is her favorite horror movie. But she said, there's the last question of the interview. I just got so mad because it's like the least professional thing. And I can't even imagine. And like, why would you even ask this? It just infuriated me. This is it. This is the question. This is the interviewer. This question is for all the dreamers out there. What do you look for in a man? What's it to you, asshole? What is that? And then she came up with the awesome answer is, I like a man who's a real man, no mamby-pamby bullshit. So, quoting some of her old movies. But like, man, what are we doing here? Male horror fans, it's time to get a grip.
It's
time.
I can't.
It's time to settle.
I can't.
You know what? We can sit around together. And I think the ladies can get in that too. I mean, we're in love with Kurt Russell. Yeah. I'm not afraid to say that. He's a beautiful man. And so is that guy from The Guest.
Yes, fuck yeah.
And so I think when we talk about it like this, it's in a fun nature and it's not creepy, but the guys at the cons, man.
Yeah, when you have someone sign a picture of their own boobs and you go take it to, tug it in the bathroom, it's kind of crossing the line.
Joe's cat, we took off her collar so she wouldn't make noise, and she just took the collar in her mouth, like just got on the table and took it away. Is now just eating it. So, yeah, Barbara Crampton, Reanimator, Chopping Mall,
yep,
From Beyond. She has a cameo in Puppet Master.
She does.
Castle Free.
Trancers too.
Huh?
Trancers?
Oh, yeah.
Part 2.
Yep. You're Next.
Body Double.
Lords of Salem. We Are
Still Here. Yeah, I was drawing a blank on it.
And then Choosing Tales from Halloween, which we watched. Yep. Wasn't a fan of. Nope. And then, here's a weird thing. She was in a movie called Road Games.
Like Jamie Lee.
Yeah. And she has a movie coming out in 2017 called Death House, which looks absurd.
That it does.
It is called The Expendables of horror movies.
Yep.
And everyone is very excited about this. I have some reservations.
As you should.
Mainly that, what are all these people going to play? That's fantastic that you got all these old horror stars, but what the fuck are they going to do? Like, they're all their own. Like, what the fuck are they going to do? What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be like Cabin in the Woods. Like when you see all those people in the house, like or in the thing,
all in the cells,
the cubes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what they're going to try and do, and that's what all those.
I'd
people
be okay
are.
with that.
Well, will you? Because Robert Englund. Well, no. Okay, wait. Before we pile on Robert Englund. Not just him, but these people are just going to play because they won't get the rights to their characters. So it's not going to be like Freddy and his friends. It's going to be like Craig Fruger.
Freddy's brother, Craig.
Craig Fruger. And he's got like butter knives on his hands. Like, I don't know, but like, it's going to be
Craig
bad.
Fruger.
And wait. Could you, oh my God. If I hit the lotto, like the major Powerball, got $1 billion, I would invest $1 million in a movie and make Robert Englund be the character Craig Fruger. And I'm just going to say, run with it, pal. Just run with it. Just do what you will. Take this character and you tell me. Build Craig Fruger. You tell me who Craig Fruger is. Because it'd be fucking batshit insane.
Yeah.
It'd be batshit. It'd be bad. I feel like Craig would really do this. Craig Fruger.
Stockbroker.
Stockbroker by day. Salad fingers by night.
Wait, salad fingers? The other guy that says my spoon is too big?
Yeah. Remember that?
That's stupid.
Yeah, speaking of stupid, this movie I thought was stupid, but it wasn't.
Which one?
Chopping Mall.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Reanimator.
Do we want to talk about Reanimator?
I love Reanimator.
All right. I'm really excited to talk about Chopping Mall.
All right, then, you know what? Let's talk about Chopping Mall. If you haven't seen Reanimator, go see it.
Yeah, I mean, what are we going to talk about with Reanimator? It is awesome, and Barbara is a total babe in it.
Yep.
Down to earth.
Has the best cunnilingus scene I've ever seen.
Oh my god. I didn't. That may have sounded sexual, but it wasn't. That scene is disturbing, like beyond disturbing. A man holding his own head,
decapitated head, eating out Barbara Crampton.
Oh my god, so fucking. How does horror get away with this shit?
I always want to know too. Like, you think because she was so young, you know, not so young, but like a budding actress. Like your family's probably going to want to watch what you're doing.
Yeah,
like,
I always think about
like,
that.
Oh well, that happened.
Yeah, right. Like I would feel like you'd want to tell him. And by the way, sorry about. I think I just I've been crinkling that water bottle into the microphone for the entire.
Pulling a Paul, I see.
Yeah, yeah, tapping my knees,
doing a drum solo.
Guys, should we have Paul back on the show soon? I'm kind of itching for it.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
We were talking so little about Barbara Crampton.
Yeah. Sorry, Barb.
I also like how you're asking a question to nobody right now.
I'll just wait.
Like we're gonna get an answer.
I'll just sit here and wait until you guys tell me. Now,
let's talk about Chopping Mall.
Yes, let's. 1986. What a freaking movie!
Right?
Never seen it before, and I honestly loved every stupid minute of it.
I don't think there's anything to not like about Chopping Mall.
No, except that Barbara Crampton gets lit on fire.
Yeah, but
so one of the other movies I watched was. Oh well, I guess we want to talk about Castle Freak in another episode.
I love Castle Freak.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll save it for that then. But she doesn't have a great role in that either. Her Reanimator. Well, I don't want to say it's her best role, but it's probably like the best light she's portrayed in. She's like in a good role in that. In this one, she's in a good role, but she meets her demise in a horrifying fashion.
Yeah, she does.
But Chopping Mall was just what an awesome surprise for me. I loved it. And it starts off beyond shaky.
Chopping Mall has no business being as enjoyable or like put together as it is.
No. And, you know, we just finished Toby Hooper's series, and we would often ask, is he good or bad? Or like, what's the deal with this guy?
Yeah.
And we'd say he's probably not the best, but like, there's other factors involved in directing a movie. But then you see a movie like this, and he tells a story from point A to point B, and he has limited funds and limited actors. And he puts together just a good movie.
It really is.
A good movie. It really tells a story. So the premise is that they've developed robots to patrol the malls after hours. Yep. Because apparently after-hour mall robberies are that big of a deal.
And keep in mind, this is the 80s, and like, you know, the robots were the thing of the future.
Yep. And there's these two. I love this scene. So they're unveiling them at this big press conference at the mall, and there's like press and store owners there. And there's these two people in the front row just taking the shittiest jabs at these robots for the entire beginning of the movie. It just made no sense. The woman says, they look like. There's three robots. They're fucking robots. That's all they look like. They're on like...
They are the most generic looking robots.
Yeah. It's like literally like a circle head with a light bar across it and giant tank wheels.
Yes.
Like and she says, they look like the Three Stooges. Nope. Because there's three of them?
Yeah. They're just pieces of metal.
Okay. And then the guy replies with, the one in the middle has an uncomfortable ethnic look. Well, sure. Just throw that in there, I guess. That's fine. Very strange. And it was funny only because it continued for so long. Like, those were their opening jokes, but then they had about 13 more that were just equally as bizarre and dumb.
Yeah.
And immediately they ask, how do the robots distinguish between good guys and bad guys? And immediately we know what's going to happen the rest of the movie.
Yep.
Like,
It is
without a
so
doubt.
straightforward in your face. This is it, and that's what you're
Yeah,
getting.
like, I totally see what's going to happen here. Now, question. What are your thoughts about, because I'm trying to think about an example, robots in horror movies as the villain. What would be an example of that?
Robot monster.
I don't even know what that is. Is that a real thing?
Yeah. You never seen Robot Monster? You ever see what it looks like?
No. I'll look him up right now.
It's so shitty.
Well, what is Robot Monster about?
It's a 50s B movie.
Oh, well, this looks like fucking garbage.
Wait. I think it was a gorilla head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. This is, yeah. It was like, no, it's a gorilla body with.
That's it.
With a spaceman helmet. I have seen that. Yeah. I did not know that it was called Robot Monster, though. Let's see. I'm looking at a list of, I searched robot horror movies. So let's see. Chopping Mall is number 3. Hardware. Oh, boy. They're limited. They're very limited.
What was number 1?
Terminator.
What?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Deadly Friend. Demon Seed. Project Shadow Chaser 2. Project Shadow Chaser 3. Saturn 3.
So the first one's not even on the list?
What? Yeah. Was the first one not about robots? Or a horror movie? Like, what? How did that happen? They have Prometheus listed. Frankenstein meets the space monster. I mean, in general, horror movies with robots appear to suck terribly. So this might be the best one. I'm sure we'll get some corrections, but this looks like a pile of garbage. And I mean, I would have said the same thing. And why are people putting Terminator on that list?
Yeah, not a horror movie.
Not at all. Huh.
Yeah, Chopping Mall definitely deserves praise.
I think they're the number 1. So, and I mean, we're like 10 minutes in this movie, and I'm just in love with it. It's just so 80s, it hurts, and it's you know what? It's kind of like it's like when before we did our huge trauma month. You remember trauma movies when you were a kid being just like over the top and stuff. And then you rewatch them and they're just too over the top. Like they're just a little too much.
Yeah.
And this is like kind of how when I think back on trauma movies, this is how I picture them. Like friendly over the top, not insensitive and racist over the top. And it's just so 80. Like we get this like montage of just a bustling mall.
That mall is like the mall of our childhood. It's like exactly how I remember.
It is
going to the mall.
But it is absolutely insane though. But yeah, malls were like an event at this time.
Yeah.
Like the mall was a thing. Like
open air malls, like
the
Milford Mall where we live was open air.
Yeah, it was awesome. And this is even better. And they're showing just clips of just the most random shit, just funny stuff going on in the mall. The guy trying to steal a record.
Yep.
Just a giant square under his shirt. Like the most obvious thing. So stupid. And I really hope this is how malls were in the 80s because it is just insanity and like the most fun chaos I've ever seen in my life. There's beauty pageant contestants walking around for no reason. They're just walking around. And everyone is carrying like a million things. Like every clip they show, it's like,
because it's the 80s, it's excess. Everything's excess.
Yeah. There's a guy carrying like 38 boxes of pastries. Like no one's carrying just a bag. This guy's carrying 38 boxes of pastries and then falls and they go everywhere. They keep cutting to this waitress serving mall patrons and she's got like 30 drinks on her tray.
Yeah.
And it's just like this over the top stuff and it's just super fun. And
yeah.
Like I was just sold right there. Barbara Crampton is a waitress and adorable as usual.
Yeah.
Adorable Barbara.
Nice.
And one of her first lines is, Susan, can we bail this barbecue? And no, she's talking to her friend about how they got to get out of work and go to this party. And she says, Susan, we can bail this barbecue and it's good times to the max. I was like, that is the most fucking 80s thing I've ever seen. Also, how does she go from this? This is 86. Then in Castle Freak, that's what, 95?
Yep.
10 years, and they turn her into a mom. Does she ever come back from that to like being a teenager again, or no? I'm wondering.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. That's a shame. She was probably so young. She's like an 18-year-old daughter.
I will look
in
it up.
Castle Freak, FYI.
An 18-year-old daughter.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's very ridiculous. So we kind of meet our cast of characters here.
Yeah.
It's 8 kids.
Dude, she was fucking 30 years old in Shopping Mall.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy.
She was born in 1958.
So, okay. So like that is like believable. Like I don't, how am I trying to say this? Like if you told me that, I mean, I guess that's not surprising. We're 30. So I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. But she does look young. Like she's playing a teenager and it works, which is awesome for her. But when you watch Castle Freak,
she's 40.
I was like, why is this girl playing a woman? Like, I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, she's probably in her 20s or 30s here. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I watched Castle Freak before this, so I was not influenced by the teenager thing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, good for her. That's nuts. That blows my mind. So how old is she now?
57. You say 90?
No. I was trying to calculate. I was like 90s. 57. Wow. Yeah, and she looks great in what was the You're Next. And We're Still Here. Wow. Good for her. That's awesome. So she's playing a teenager here with 7 other probably 30 to 40 year olds playing teenagers. And they are having a party in the mall.
In the mall, where 3 of them work there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they decide to have this party and get a little frisky. That would be an awesome place to party.
I was just going to say, it would be great.
I would love to party there. That would be really cool. And like pretty quick, these robots decide that they're going to just live their own life. And they kill a scientist. Now, they bought these robots to cut costs, I assume, and keep them all safe and not have to hire security guards.
Yep.
But how much do you think this fucking scientist cost to sit around in like the most expensive room in the world and watch the robots do work?
A lot.
Yeah. The logistics aren't accurate here, but the robots get their first kill.
Wait, can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
Because we talked last week about how much I love straightforward titles like Toolbox Murder.
Oh, yeah.
Chopping Mall is such a good title.
Chopping Mall is
Chopping
a
Mall.
great title, but also does not tell you anything about the movie.
No, it doesn't.
You have no idea. And like the poster is like a ripped off hand carrying a bag.
Holding a shopping bag. And
I would have thought it was a zombie movie or something.
same.
And it's about fucking robots.
Yeah. This is a pleasant surprise.
Self-aware robots. Yeah, and so they kill their leader. And the robot voice is so funny.
And they're called Killbots, by the way.
Oh yeah, which by the way, they're called Killbots, and like at the press conference at the beginning of the movie, somebody is like, well, like, do they kill him? Like, you're concerned. It's like, do they kill him? And it's like, no, they just merely disarm them and just like hold them down essentially, like until police arrive. It's like, well, why would you name them Killbot?
Yeah.
And clearly they're programmed to murder because they perform the most vicious
Literally all
murders.
they do.
All they do is murder and say, what do they say? Like, thank you. Have a nice
day.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Deepest voice robots of all time.
By the way, Kelly Maroney is the other girl in this movie who's from Night of the Comet.
Yeah.
That girl just needs to stay out of malls.
Yeah.
Nothing good happens when she goes to malls.
Nothing good happens to her, period. She wasn't the survivor.
She was.
Oh, she was the survivor. Who was I thinking of? I don't know.
Barbara Crampton.
I like all the cast, though. This cast is really cool. I liked all of them.
Great cast.
Yeah. Everyone played their part
They
perfectly.
really did.
Even the guys were pretty good. And you know what? Kind of likable guys.
They were.
there was not like
There was no out of all the human characters. Like
Yeah.
that's what I love about this movie too.
Yeah.
The robots were the clear bad guys.
Yeah.
There's no human characters who were like, I want them.
there wasn't a human character that I was like,
glad to see him
thank
go.
God.
Yeah.
Thank fucking God. That guy was such an asshole. Like fucking stench from Night of the Demons.
No, Stooge.
Stench. I couldn't wait for that guy to get murdered. Like his murder was so unsatisfying because it was just like, what happened to him? They like slammed his head in a casket. I was like, that dude just ripped this guy apart.
Idiot
Like
with his
shred
pig
him.
nose on.
I wish that guy got freaking
Zika
eaten
vibe.
by the damn thing. I'm all over the place, man. I'm just going to talk about all of our own episodes. Okay, so kill scenes in this. Nuts.
Yeah.
Bananas. And they start. So the robots are self-aware and they immediately just start patrolling the mall and murdering, including the janitor who's played by the guy that's in like every movie. He's that guy. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I do. I didn't write his name down. I'll find it.
What is his name? He's in so much stuff. He's a comedian. Is it Dick Miller?
It is Dick Miller.
Dick Miller, yeah. Who's Gremlins, Terminator. I mean,
The Burbs.
dude, literally everything.
Yeah.
He was in V, I remember.
Yeah.
He's just in everything. Why would I even?
Night of the Creeps, Terminator.
He's in Night of the Creeps.
Mhm.
So he's a janitor, which is just hilarious. I just love seeing his face.
He's in a shitload of Roger Corman films, Dick Miller.
Oh, really?
And Roger Corman produces.
Oh, that makes sense.
So, yeah.
Because I was wondering why I was like, why is he in this for just to be murdered?
Yeah, he's in a lot
Because
of
like
this.
the robots are just doing their thing, and they basically approach Dick Miller, and Dick Miller's like, "Hey, you stupid fucking robots!" He just clearly hates them, and like this is just they were like saying, that these robots don't do anything, they don't cause harm, they're just going to like put you down and wait for help, and they see Dick Miller and they immediately just shoot this giant wire at him. And Dick Miller's like, what the fuck you guys doing? And they just fucking electrocute him to death.
Yeah, but you know what? The electricity didn't look terrible.
No, it was like
better than
full
Poltergeist.
body electricity, like maybe like Quantum Leap when he leaps. And like it just like rolls over his whole body like these blue lightning. And they do it multiple times, which is great. But it looked fine. Like it looked really good. It just cracks me up that these robots were like, hey, a janitor, I'm going to fucking kill you. Like you did nothing. Like you're not, and like he literally stands in one place the entire time. He doesn't approach the robot. He's just like, hey, what are you two doing out here? And the robots are like, and they zap him. And it's so gruesome to think about just being electrocuted like that.
Terrible.
And especially to death. And the robots just say, thank you, have a nice day. Why would you even be programmed to say that after
such polite kill
even
bots.
after you attack somebody, let alone murder them? Oh my God. I can't even imagine. Oh, so great. And so
Our teens are all they're partying in that store.
Yeah.
But they're all getting frisky,
and then there's of course our main couple is taking it easy. They want to be frisky, but they know there's a time and place for everything. And
Right.
the mall after hours is not. And they're going to survive because they're the only ones that are like, we should leave now. And that's when they discover Killbot.
Yes.
But Killbot does not kill them, but they do kill, they immediately kill one of the couples.
Yeah, they do.
How do they kill the guy? I didn't write it down. Well, how did they kill him? Well, they kill the guy. They might just shoot him. This movie has the most, like, honestly, there's only 3 ways people die in this movie. Electrocution, shooting, and fire.
Yeah.
And that's it. So it's one of those.
And the kids try the same methods on the killbots.
Yeah, and one person is thrown off the mall.
From so fucking high.
So fucking high. So it's one of those. So just pick it and it'll probably be right. So I think he's shot, and the girl goes out looking for her love, and they shoot her, and her fucking head explodes.
Yep.
Like, explodes. Why would you even have that capability? Why would you have anything that powerful on a robot?
To protect them all, of all things.
Explodes her head.
Like, if you had that technology, you should have it at, like, the White House or Fort Knox. The fucking mall in LA.
Yeah, well, don't worry, because this mall, I mean, maybe they should have had killbots, because this mall sold everything from guns to gasoline and ammunition and paint. Highly flammable paint, which we'll get to later. But, I mean, these kids just arm up. All of a sudden, they all have rifles.
But that's why I love, more movies should be, more horror movies should be set in malls, because it's the perfect setting.
I agree, because I think that's what makes Dawn of the Dead so good.
Because they have everything there.
Because they have everything there. It's a really cool concept. Like, you can do all these cool things. And it's kind of like that show Last Man on Earth, where, I don't know if have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's awesome, but the best part of it was, and they don't do it anymore, it was like in the first 5 episodes, it was just that main guy doing whatever the fuck he wanted because there's no one on Earth.
Yeah.
So he was just destroying things and driving forklifts into things and then just walking away from it. And that appeals to people. People want to be like that's just a fantasy for everyone. Like, if I could just do something.
Yeah. And not get in
anything
trouble.
and not get in trouble.
Write so much shit.
So there's definitely that aspect to it. But I think what's killed it is in the 80s when these movies were made, like we've said, malls were like this. Malls were massive and there were probably gun stores in them.
Yeah.
And now, if you pitched this, I mean, I guess there's Dick's Sporting Goods, but they've got
they have handguns.
Very generic guns and rifles and stuff. But not every mall has that. And you show that to a kid now, they'd be like, what do you... All that's in my mall is a Best Buy and a fucking Hot Topic.
Throw Dippin' Dots at the zombies.
Throw Dippin' Dots. Throw black clothes, band t-shirts.
Hot Topic.
Yeah. Band t-shirts, Funko toys at them. I don't know. There's nothing at the mall to murder anyone with anymore. Although the Four Seasons.
You say it's a bad thing.
It is a bad thing. Because these poor kids would never stand a chance against Killbot.
There's nothing at the mall to murder people with anymore.
But these kids found assault rifles at the mall, which is amazing. Yeah, there should be more of that. But they get guns. Barbara, unfortunately...
I love, because we talked about this with the Mangler, too. I love that people think they can fight metal with handguns.
This movie is the most egregious of it. But what's great about this movie is it works sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's
just shooting metal. Yeah. It's doing exactly what metal should do when you shoot it.
Just bing, bing, bing. Barbara Crampton, unfortunately, does not really play a take charge kind of gal in this film.
Nah, she's kind of
she's a flake.
Yeah.
She's just kind of there for the looks, which is a shame.
She is the first one to get topless.
Well, good for her. But she is awesome. Her character is awesome, and the way she acts she's probably the best actress in the movie.
Yeah, her and Kelly. Kelly was pretty good.
Kelly is pretty good. Yeah. I don't know. I'm fond of Barbara.
Sorry, third girl.
Sorry, third girl who got her head exploded. Or no, there's another girl too. I don't know. So Barbara's not really a take charge kind of gal. So our girl Barb.
I'm sorry. When they got the guns, then did you catch the name of the gun store?
No.
It's called Peck and Paw's, which I assume was named after Sam Peckinpah. And if you've ever seen The Wild Bunch, when they just shoot
that's
shit out
awesome.
of everything, I thought it was cool.
I knew that these stores were definitely jokes because they focused in just enough on them. There's another store that they go to that had a ridiculous name. It was the pet store that she's in.
I didn't catch the name.
I wish I remembered what it was, but it caught me off guard. I should have wrote it down, but I was like, I didn't even think it was a reference. But now that you tell me that, now I'm pretty sure that probably every store is just a joke name, which fits the movie theme perfectly because this movie is just fun and that's it.
That's it.
And unfortunately, Barbara meets her demise.
Yeah,
Pretty early.
pretty early.
But not. I mean, we're like probably halfway through the movie, but she falls down. Is she the first Valentine that we have that dies?
Yeah,
Jamie Lee never died.
Jamie Lee never dies.
Oh boy, Barbara.
Never. Yeah.
Poor Barbara. And honestly, this is like one of the most brutal things that I've ever seen. Like when you really think about it, when you really just think about it, she falls on the ground as Killbot is chasing her. And she's laying next to a gas can, unfortunately. And the fucking Killbot, again, just, I can't reiterate that they were just like, yeah, it's not going to kill anyone. The Killbot targets the gas can
With a laser.
and lasers it, and it explodes, obviously igniting Barbara Crampton in flames. And fuck.
Her boyfriend's watching.
And like, this isn't like a normal, in every other movie, if they shoot a gas can, it is the biggest explosion of all time for whatever reason.
Yeah, no.
And in this one, this is the only one to do it realistically, and it makes it so much more painful. She just gets covered in flames.
Yeah.
And is screaming in agony for like a minute.
Yeah.
While she dies slowly.
Yeah.
On fire.
She is screaming. Like, you can
Yeah.
like feel the agony.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of her screaming, she, in one of her interviews on heyyouguys.com, they asked her, how do you feel about being a scream queen? Do you find the term outdated, or does it still have a place in horror? Interesting question, especially with like the Women in Horror Month. Is that like kind of just like a weird label?
Mhm.
Scream queen, like whatever. But she says, it doesn't bother me that I have this label as scream queen. It's because I've simply screamed a lot in a lot of films that people love. In life, we try to quantify and explain things. We try to put things in a box to understand them, or a form that makes sense to us, so it's fine. There are many great women in that category, and I'm happy to be among them. I wear that title proudly, but it doesn't mean that's all I can do.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I just love that idea. Like, yeah, no, I am a scream queen because I scream a lot in a lot of movies.
Sure.
Every movie I'm in, I scream. So, sure, call me that. The kids end up getting chased around a bit more by killbots. It's funny though. Man, when movies are straightforward, it's just awesome. Honestly, every pair gets killed off together.
Yep.
And I just love it. You could say that's like lazy or whatever, but I just love it.
No, it's great.
One of them goes, the other one goes. One of them goes, the other one goes.
It's perfect.
It's
And
awesome.
they all still try to fight the killbots and come up with ways to fight them, even though they're just fighting machines.
Yeah.
Shooting at them, trying to light them on fire.
Yeah. And yeah. And after Barbara's death, her boyfriend is the one that is flung from the top of the mall.
Yes.
So brutal. What a brutal pedestrian way to die, though. All of these deaths are like things that can happen to you in real life. You could get shot, you could get electrocuted. And it's just awful that Killbot is purposely doing them to everyone. It's so ridiculous. And these are the worst robot security guards like ever.
Well, they're not really securing anything. They're just destroying the entire mall and committing murder.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed though they didn't really destroy them all too much.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just didn't.
Everything's getting blown
Yeah,
lit on fire.
I guess so.
And shot.
Well, that was one of my qualms with the end. In the end, there's just a big pan out at our survivors, and it just like pans out at the mall, and the mall looks pristine. There's like no smoke, and by the way, everyone's been on fire. There's so much fire, so many explosions, and it pans out to the mall, and the mall looks perfectly clean. They must have had to hand it right back over to them. Man, I wonder how much that cost to rent out a whole mall like that.
I don't know, but I was reading about it because I'm going to LA next week, and that mall is like, I guess, a famous mall in LA, and they were saying how the security guard that works there at night was like real pissed that the cast was like fucking everything up.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
they did it every night when it closed.
I also love that these teens, and I mean, this is probably why the teens die in pairs, but it's funny to see these teens totally overreact when their boyfriend and girlfriend die. Like, yeah, you should totally
Overreact?
Well, yeah, because I mean, you should really be horrified, but Linda gets shot again, just a totally pedestrian way to die. They just Killbot shoots her. She's one of our other main gals, and her boyfriend Rick. Like, you see your girlfriend die, that's horrifying. But there's a Killbot on the loose, and he has murdered every one of your friends so far. And instead of just running away, Rick screams, "You son of a bitch!" And then he is holding a huge assault rifle, massive. Then stands on one of those go-karts that they move trash around on the mall on. He's standing, pressing the gas pedal, holding the steering wheel with one hand and holding an assault rifle in the other and firing it at a robot that will not die. And
calling it names.
And calling it names. And then, wait, the best part. He's driving it, and then he just bumps the cart into the robot and just gets electrocuted and dies. He literally, like, love taps the robot and then just gets electrocuted and falls off it and dies. It's so insane.
Dude, you know what we haven't mentioned yet?
What?
The synth score of this.
It's really good.
Love it.
And that the end song was definitely from an NES game. The final song, it might be stolen from an NES game.
Can we talk about the final scene right now?
Yeah. With the snakes and the spiders?
Wait, what? Snakes and spiders?
Which final scene do you want?
Oh, yeah. No. I meant like the final scene.
Yeah, sure.
Dude, that was pretty ingenious to pour paint so the robot slips on it and it can't go. It's just like spinning around and you finally fucking blow it up.
I would agree with you, except that those robots have like tank treads. Those robots could probably get through anything. I don't think paint is going to... Whoa! Like a banana peel. A robot's banana peel.
Oh, they are the Three Stooges? They're the Three Stooges
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. And the robot's banana peel.
You should have just thrown pies at them. That's how they would have stopped.
That would have been awesome. It just covers their sensors and they can't do anything anymore.
Dude, oh my God. This is so stupid. I don't even know why I'm sharing this. But you know Matt, our buddy Matt,
yeah,
the one that I lived with. We were watching. We were in college, and again, I don't know why I'm sharing this, so I apologize to our listeners. We were watching the news at like 11:30 at night after a night of drinking, and this guy was talking about the future of waiting, like waiters, and there was a robot, and he was like, "Yeah, and if you don't like the service, you can just throw your coffee right in its stupid robot face." And he just threw a cup of coffee right in this thing's face. So
that's really weird and abusive. It's like he developed them just to shit on waiters.
It was the news guy that was doing the report. And he called it a stupid robot face.
I love that story. That was perfect. Yes, she throws paint all over the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna text Matt and ask him if he remembers that.
The weird part about the paint, though, was paint's not flammable. Is it?
Yes. What? It's
why
very flammable.
So why do we put flammable shit all over our walls? I don't think it's flammable.
Wait, what?
I think paint thinner is flammable.
Paint's not flammable?
I don't think so.
What we gotta science this right now. Is paint flammable? Why are we so stupid?
I don't know.
Is paint flammable?
Oh, I just got the nerdiest response. It's like a full explanation. It is?
It is, but when it dries, it's not. Right?
Well, that's the more you know.
Yeah, because when you look at paint cans, it doesn't say flammable.
I don't know. Well, we watch horror movies, a lot of them, and 99% of them don't even take the time to do a Google search to see if what they're writing even makes even remotely any sense. We talked about a movie last week where a man flew into a 6-story window.
A man named Coffin Baby.
Coffin Baby. Crashed through a 6th floor window. A man who could not fly. Coffin Baby had no wings. FYI. And he just jumped 6 stories, I guess. So yeah, no, I mean, I apologize to the cast and crew of
Chopping Mall.
I do, because I would have put that down as a stupid thing. Another really funny thing. So before that, she kills the robot at the end. The robot, the robots have like no heat vision.
Yep.
They just kind of see things, but then they also are really dumb and blind because like people are hiding in plain sight, and the robot's like, and just like gets frustrated and leaves. Yeah. It's just really weird. And so not Barbara, our main gal, she's hiding by just hanging from a railing on the 3rd floor, which is insane. She drops, she falls onto a canopy. She's now on the bottom floor. Somehow the robot sees her. And in my head, I was like, how's that robot going to get down there? Because earlier the robot shot out the elevators. And we get our answer. They take the escalator.
Yeah.
And there is a scene, and I laughed out loud so hard I thought I was going to wake up my son. Because there's this scene where it's like behind the robot's head and a little bit above, because they clearly could not roll these things down an escalator. There's no way they fit. They're so fucking huge. They would just crash. So they clearly just shot this like really quick, and this was a way to do it. Because it's just right above its head and a little bit over it. Just enough so you could see the escalator, and it's like almost POV of like the robot going down an escalator.
Yeah.
It's just the most absurd shit in the world. Just taking a ride down there. I love this movie. But she wins. She lights him on fire with fake exploding gas, exploding paint. And she wins.
She wins.
I didn't know how her boyfriend lived, though. I thought everyone got clipped.
I did too.
And he comes down with like a rag on his head with a little blood spot on it. He's got the LL Cool J gunshot wound.
Oh, yeah. Halloween Resurrection, whatever one.
Okay, I'm still here.
H2O.
Yeah.
Dude, there's no way. LL Cool J was shot like 90 times. He's walking around with a bandage on his head.
It was the smallest blood spot. What? And again, horror movies are the best and worst ever. They make you like pull your hair out, but they're so enjoyable sometimes. But hello, Cool J.
Yeah, this movie was pure cheese in its highest form, like high grade cheese.
Yeah, and
everything you want in like a low budget cheese movie.
It's awesome, and they embrace in the middle of the mall, and it pans out, and that's it. And the end was even better because to start the credits, it was like clips from the movie of the actors and actresses. So it was like, you know, Barbara Crampton, and it would show like a clip of her, like with no audio, just talking and just her name there. And then it would freeze frame. It was so 80s. It was amazing. Yeah. It was beautiful. And one of the actors' names was Russ Todd.
Russ Todd?
Russell Todd. Would you ever trust a man named Russ Todd? Just in life?
Why would I not, though? You wouldn't?
No.
Okay.
That's I don't trust that name at all.
What was that kid's name from Krampus?
Wait. I don't know. I know what you're talking about, though. What was that kid's name? Oh. It was like Thurman Merman. It was like something like that.
Looking at Thurman Merman.
What was that kid's? It was like Maverick. Was it Maverick?
It might have been Maverick something.
Yeah. Oh, man, that was a funny name. So that's it. That's our episode on Barbara and her movie Chopping Mall, which she was in half of.
Maverick Flag.
Maverick Flag. Such an awesome movie.
Definitely recommend it.
Barbara's a great character in it and totally deserves your watching.
Yeah.
I loved this movie so much. It made me so happy. I was so glad. And maybe, I don't know. No, it was just good.
Yeah.
It was just really good. I had a game plan, Joe. Do you want to play it?
Sure.
All right. Here's our game. I'm tired.
All in the family.
All in the family. This game, we're going to have to refine this or fine tune it. I don't know how, but we are going to pick a random occupation.
Okay.
And you have to pitch me a bad movie. I mean, it could be a good movie too, but horror movie.
Based on the occupation. Okay.
And maybe we'll pick a location too.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
No, let's not do location. All right. So the occupation determined by our random computer.
Okay.
Wait, it's a kill bot. Hang on. I gotta plug it in. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Have a nice day.
Wow, dude, that was solid.
And the answer is another impression. The answer is Killbot. Let's see. Says none.
None.
A nun.
A nun.
Pitch me a nun horror movie. How many of those are there?
Isn't there a whole genre about nunsploitation?
Yes. Yeah. And they're usually like naked, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's
So weird.
so very weird.
Okay.
What do you have?
Yeah, let me think for a second.
All right.
So, pitching you an idea about a nun.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's going to be a movie directed by Ty West, and it's autobiographical. Biographical?
Autobiographical. Autobiographical.
Wait, I don't think that's right here.
It's autobiographical.
It's about himself.
It's it's his biopic. The Ty West biopic?
His autobiopic.
It's just biopic.
Yeah, I don't even. I was going
he's directing his own biography.
Yeah.
Autobiopic.
That was his directing.
Okay.
About himself.
Okay.
About a time that he joined a coven, and it was called "How the West Was with None."
I didn't know you were going to go with a pun. That is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
So stupid. How the West Was None by Ty West. About the time he joined the coven.
Guys, Joe legitimately thought about that in 5 minutes. He did not know about this game going into it. That is the funniest shit.
So stupid.
How the West was none. Oh my god. That is amazing. I was gonna pitch something. I was gonna be and that probably would have been boring. Oh man, I can't wait to see that biopic. I didn't know idea.
It's coming out soon.
I had no idea he was part of the coven. I didn't know men could join coven. Wait, is it coven? Isn't that for witches? No, dude.
I don't know.
It is for witches. Dude, your parents would be furious.
What do nuns join?
A nunnery.
Convent?
A nunnery.
No.
Yeah, a nunnery. It is called a nunnery. I'm not kidding. Nunnery. A building or group of buildings in which nuns live as a religious community. A covenant. You're right.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no. Convent.
Convent. Okay.
Convent.
Right.
We're so stupid.
Well,
why
good
do
thing this movie's not real and it's not going to happen.
Why do we even try to do these things? Wait, wouldn't it be amazing if somebody didn't pick up that this was a joke? I don't know how they wouldn't because we're just laughing at our own stupid joke. And they leaked it to news, horror news sites.
Ty West directing a movie about Ty West.
Biographical.
Guys can't even become nuns.
Joins a nun. Oh my god. Yes, a coven is a group or gathering of witches who meet regularly. What regularly? Oh man. Hey guys, thanks for listening to this. We really appreciate it. We're also exhausted. So, thank you very much. And rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. If you do, send me an email. IHateHorrorShow@gmail.com. And let me know you left a review with the name you left the review under, and we'll send you some stickers. Just shoot me the email, or you could message me or whatever. Just contact us however you feel like, frankly. I don't care. I'm on Twitter at IHateHorrorShow.
I'm at JoeV421.
We are on Facebook, facebook.com/IHateHorror. And from there, you could basically find everywhere we are. IHateHorror.com and all those. Anything else we want to discuss?
Nah.
More Barbara Crampton next week.
Yep.
We'll do Reanimator, Castle Freak.
Castle Freak.
Castle Freak. Yeah, oh yeah, we ditched Reanimator. We ditched Reanimator.
We did Reanimator this week for 30 seconds.
Yes. So yeah, check out, watch Castle Freak, watch some lady get her breast bit off, and we'll talk about it here next week.
Yeah.
We'll all have a little chit chat about it.
Yes.
Talk about the political message and biting off a woman's teat. That's it, right? Thanks, Harley Poe, for allowing us to use the song Gorehound off the album Pagan Holiday. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. And for Joe, this is Sean.
Thank you.
Stay weird. Adios.
Wait, what?
Cause I'm a